Welcome to this next episode of Your Music, Your Story. Today we're talking with VCS, Violates Community Standards. What up?
What up?
The second time.
What's happening again?
Hi, all.
Oh, dear. All right, well, so we'll just start out. Who all's in VCS? Who does what?
Which way are we going?
You.
Oh, okay. I'm Brian, and I am the lead vocalist.
All right.
Did you guys like that?
My name is Josh, and I'm one of the guitar players.
My name is Chris, and I play the drums.
Good job, Christopher.
I'm Rick. I play the bass.
Slap at the bass.
Chuckles is around here somewhere. He's the other guitar player.
Yeah, Chuck is.
He's our band curmudgeon hiding under a table somewhere.
He may or may not come out.
That was
and join us.
hardcore. You're curmudgeon.
That's what he is.
Love you, Chuck.
Hi.
All right. So how long have you guys been in a band? Or how long has VCS been around?
So VCS started in the end of 2020, I guess.
Yeah, I think it's the three of us.
Well,
Brian,
me
Josh,
and-
and Chris.
Yeah, me and Josh actually started writing songs. The original idea was to be a punk rock cover band. And we were learning covers, writing our own material.
Oh, that's why you wanted to get me to play all those covers.
All right, and then we were looking for a drummer, and we brought in Chris, and it was perfect.
Oh, thanks, man.
No, I said it was perfect, not you.
What a dick.
No, the chemistry was there. and-
Awkward.
So what was it like starting in 2020? Because that's right during COVID. So, I mean, how
well,
did...
COVID was sort of the catalyst to COVID. So
We had a lot of time on our hands.
Yeah, right.
Had to find something to do?
Yeah, well, yeah, it was the tail end of it. You know, it was the culmination of a ton of boredom. You know, a lot of frustration ready to come out again.
Right.
I think
And we didn't like what was going on with the lockdowns and the mask mandates and all the bullshit. So this was sort of our fuck you in the face of government oppression. And
Down with the man.
down with the man.
always-
And that's what this band is really about, actually. Our message is just as important as the music. And we're anti-authoritarian, anti-authority, period. Like, we believe that the concept of any one person having authority over another person is fucking bullshit. So in that way, we're very anarchistic.
And this was kind of even before the project started. We were,
I already gotta give
we
you a
already weren't
$5
fans of the
word.
whole thing, and this was that whole thing was just kind of like the boop.
Yeah.
Push us
Kinda
over the
push
cliff.
you.
We're like, all right,
Yeah.
we've had it.
So
Well, that's cool. So, I mean, how do you guys knew each other before?
yes, so me and Josh have been friends for 15 years or something.
A while, yeah.
We were in a band together back in 06, 07, 08, something like
It
that.
was a thrashy melodic metal band, and
Yeah.
Okay.
We both played guitar in that band. I'm actually a guitar player. I'm not really a singer.
yeah, he actually
You're a singer on the side.
I got some guitar riffs. You want to sing? I'm like, no. I'm like, you want to sing? He's like,
No.
not really.
I'll tell you what happened is we were fucking hammered talking about it one night. And Josh is all, dude, we'll just both do vocals. And then so I started doing some vocals and I'm like, all right, you gonna fucking come up with some shit? And he's like, I'm not doing vocals.
Whatever gave you that idea?
Yeah, right.
That's for the birds.
Indeed. So
So did you know Chris? Did you know them, or you were just looking for a drummer and happened to come together?
it's a weird story.
Yeah.
Oh, do tell.
Go ahead, Chris.
make it
I've talked
weird.
enough.
Yeah, make it eye contact and make it weird.
Quit hogging the mic, bro. Jeez.
Chris, this is where you start whispering.
Yeah.
Whisper.
We're all like sharing the mic, and it's only weird if you whisper. Like,
Hey, let me get my ear up there next time.
no, now it's weird. Yeah.
Just make sure it's not wet.
Dude, your stubble just made that weird, bro. No, me and Brian actually go back to like kids together. I think we met when he was 8 and I was 10. So I moved from the beach out to Temecula, and I moved into the neighborhood, and we've known each other ever since then, like through school and everything. And I went off into the punk world, and they went off into the metal world, and like we came back together. I'd got a call from Brian, and I hadn't seen him in years, but I knew he had become a great musician, you know, through the metal stuff and all that. And like I hit him up. I'm like, my first question was like, you know, I play punk rock, right? Like I can't. I'm no Gallagher, dude. Like it's another.
We're not crossing genres.
Yeah, like another buddy of ours that was in their old Meat Grinder band, is phenomenal drummer from the Temecula area, grew up out here, and I was like, why are you calling me, dude? Like, so like, and it was funny because the first recording didn't have any of the halftimey break stuff, and I like doing that dynamically through the punk rock stuff, and that was kind of like the test to see like, well, I'll try it, and they're either just gonna kick me out or like, I don't know, we'll see what happens.
What kind of beat was that, a-hole?
Yeah, dude, exactly. And I went in there kind of like, I don't know if I have the skill set for what they're probably looking for, but it ended up just being one of those typical overthinking things. And it was like right out of the gate, it was just like instantly fun, you know? And it was, you know, that you always look for people, you know, it's like our bowling league. That's what we always joke about, you know?
Yeah.
And it's rad when you like get along with everybody and have a good time with it. So it was one of those ones I built up a little too much and ended up being it was perfect. It was like rad timing. Everything fit great, you know, it's pretty cool.
Nice.
The chemistry was definitely there. Like we were just.
Dude, he whispered in my ear day one through the microphone. I'm like, well, we're not going to take this too serious. That's cool.
That was the test.
Yeah.
Dirty.
A lot of tests.
And he passed with flying colors.
I'm glad Josh got over the wet willies. That was, it was a small studio, dude. And
Makes you think I got over him.
he's like, you're just further away. That is true. That studio was pretty small. We could all like reach each other at any given moment. There's Chuckles.
Hey!
He made it. That's the infamous Chuckles.
Nice. So now, how did you come into the band?
Pull up a bag of dog food.
Another interesting connection story there, actually. So this aforementioned Gallagher, a drummer, I started this project or joined up this project with Gallagher on the drums. Josh was there playing guitar. We met like once, I think.
Yeah.
And jammed. It was fun, but Gallagher has like 18
Cover bands.
I'm going to chime in and say, Gallagher, when you hear this, you need to buy us a beer for chiming you in so many times. That's rad that you've become the focus.
You'd trademark that name, you'd be making some money.
To take
He doesn't
anything
need
out
it.
of this
Dude, that
interview-
ponytail he's still rocking, bro. He doesn't need no trademarks.
hair. I remember
In case you miss it, Rick was rubbing his dome right there.
It all fell down.
He
Hey,
does
listen
have a great beard, though. So
So, anyways, Josh hits me up, and that didn't really go anywhere because Gallagher was too busy. But Josh hit me up months later, like, "Hey, do you like punk? We're doing this thing. We need a bass player." I'm like, "Yeah, I love punk. Let's give it a whirl." So then I show up, and then and Brian walks out of the door. I'm like, "Brian," because I know Brian from high school. We both
even
went to
from
high school.
middle school.
Really, middle school.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was probably like 6th, 7th grade.
Yeah,
Something like that. So I know him for a long time. I didn't even know he was in the project. So I walk up, Brian, what are you doing? I know. Yeah.
it was the same reaction I had. Like,
Yeah, it's like,
I didn't know you're playing guitar too. And he's like, no, I'm the singer.
Oh yeah. It's like, wait,
he gives him that dog look, like the sideways head. Oh, fuck you.
fucking with me.
Whatever, dude.
Really?
Where's your
You're
amp
singing
at?
for
No, I'm
me?
fucking
I thought-
serious.
But yeah, no. So it was actually pretty cool, and I think it was a pretty good mix, personality wise, with everybody else as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
It's always good. So, what would you consider your style? I know you guys talk about your anarchy, so more your beliefs. What would you consider your music style? More punk, hardcore? There's so many different descriptions to this stuff. I'm just curious.
It's just punk.
I would say, are you ready? No.
I really thought you had something good for
Yeah.
that one. Like,
Yeah.
where's this going?
It's gonna be
I set up the
triumphant.
serve and then
Pretty much
Says
Punk,
like thrash punk.
yeah. Got some,
Thrash punk. All right.
some metal backbone there for sure.
So,
so
By the
old school
definition-
hardcore punk,
exactly. So the 19 definitions you just got is
punk.
we yeah, we basically have gone past like
Variations on.
we're not trying to do anything with this project. We took some metal guys and some punk rock guys, you know, and it was more a matter of just getting back together and writing music again and like kind of hooking us all up. Like whatever it is, we don't know. Like it just kind of happened, you know?
Okay.
from where they came from and like what we brought to it, but we feel more punk rock with it, you know, for most of the
Definitely
time.
punk rock attitude. Yeah. Hell
Well,
yeah.
definite punk rock attitude, yeah. And
yeah.
all of us are heavily influenced by punk, and most of us are heavily influenced by metal. So we're just kind of a punk metal hybrid, you know. Old school.
We kind of figured too, because we drink a lot, and if we get too involved in the metal stuff, it just doesn't work out. So if we kind of keep it in the punk world,
Yeah, if you
That way it can get
we
sloppy.
can manage. Yeah.
You fucking douche. Dude, Josh literally just told everybody he's gracing us with his presence. He's all, you know, I'm far better than these scumbags, but you know,
I have to dumb
I
myself
can play
down.
this shit fucked up. So,
I can dumb my shit down and play with y'all.
and now you see why I love these guys. Like quick family right out the gate.
That's awesome. So let's talk about. So you have 2 singles, right?
Yes.
So the one, the Attack Dog.
Force invasion, no not break, destroy, peace, perverting freedom. Onward they go, violating with impunity. Intimidate to subjugate to humanize to censure violence, coerce control. Backed by qualified immunity. Squad is on its way. Public trust betrayal. Overwhelming show of brutality. Attack dogs, halls of cages generating profit for a slaver system. Dark corridor, humans now a commodity. Legislation of oppression, implementing mass aggression. Labyrinth of code, architecture of oligarchy. Yeah, law is on its way. Public trust betrayal, overwhelming show of brutality. Attack dogs! Squad is on its way. Public trust betrayal. Overwhelming show of brutality. Attack dogs! Law is on its way. Public trust betrayal. Overwhelming show of brutality. Attack dogs!
Right?
Attack dogs, yeah.
So what's that one? I know we talked about it before.
That one is about the police. That one is about
How much we love them.
yeah, and how much we thin blue line, man. No, that's a big middle finger in the face of cops and the surveillance state and the police state and the private prison industrial complex. So
Okay. So you want to tell your story again? About how I don't even remember how you met. Was 1039?
about how I was
No.
I
And then
fought cops and
You played a show about the cops
yeah.
Oh, that time Brian was running naked and that one? No.
in the cornfield backwards.
I do have a story where I was running from cops and I fell and I busted my knee open and I had to have stitches.
Okay.
Is that the
You
time
can tell
when
that
you
one
were
too.
ding-dong ditching in the neighborhood? Or?
No, that was a little older.
That was a throwback.
That was like last week. And
Oh, that's what's wrong with your knee, my bad.
yeah, no, there's not much to it
Last
really.
week.
I just ran from a cop and he chased me and I hopped a fence and I ran down a slope that had like these big ass rocks and I fucking tripped over a rock and busted my knee open. But the cop didn't get me. I got up and I got away.
Hey, that's all that
Like a
matters.
success story to me.
Yeah.
We need the applause button on that one.
Ha ha, you cop, you didn't get me. Fuck you.
You know who you are.
You know who you are. You remember that night like 20 years ago.
That's great, dude. 1,000 cops are going to be like,
Yeah.
they all got that story.
They're like, that was you? I thought that was me.
Yeah.
That had that guy.
Tell the Big 49 story, Chris.
Yeah, the Big 49. That's
who's
what
Big
I-
49? It'll be the condensed version. So Big 49 is a radio station podcast, iHeartRadio. They're everywhere. We met them through a relationship we have with the clothing company LBZ. It was LBZ Mike's birthday, and they're kind of notorious for kind of kamikaze stuff. Just they're an edgy group anyways. So we came up with this crazy idea to kind of do a poaching event at A1 Supercross this year. And we rolled out big show gear, full bass cabs, mic'd everything, full sound engineer. It was funny. So Big 49, that's how we met these guys, was out at that event, and they did an on-air story telling kind of how that day went. And it's probably the raddest story ever, because it's like it was just so true. Like, the whole point of that day is we didn't expect it to work out. It's A1 Supercross. There's people everywhere, and we did it right in the parking lot, right in front of the big red hat. Like, we just set up like we owned the place. And the plan was this Attack Dog song, because we figured it'd be a cool video spot playing Attack Dogs while cops are like ripping our gear off of us. And so the plan was to just play our set for Mike's birthday. And then when the cops came, as soon as they showed up, stop whatever we're doing, wherever we're at, and start playing Attack Dogs. And there was camera guys everywhere. Was going to get it all filmed, do all this stuff. And we played every fucking song we could think of, and nobody showed up, dude. Like, everybody, it was like a rad show. We got to play the whole thing, and it was almost a disappointment. Like,
We didn't get arrested.
oh shit, the cops didn't come, dude. Like,
This was
that was the most
non-triumphant.
not punk rock thing ever, dude. Everybody was like, we had a wonderful time. We're like, that's stupid. That wasn't the plan. Like,
Thanks for
The
playing.
cops even drove by a couple of times, and
Yeah.
I don't think they waved, but they saw us. We're like, whatever.
This wide berth, I don't know. That was just one of my favorite things. And it was like the beginning of the relationship with Big 49. They're just awesome people, and they're ideologically we're very similar, and they're just cool dudes. And Stretch, I think it was on his morning show, he's telling the story about how this whole day went, and he's just like, he's getting into, and there's speakers, and we're a radio station. We walked out, thought we had all this stuff. And then these guys show up, and we're like, oh, what's about to go on here? We all know what's about to go on here. And he's like, let me be honest. I was a little disappointed. I don't know what's going on with Anaheim PD, but they were sleeping. We were and he just, the way he tells the story is great. Like, go to Big 49, get on iHeartRadio, you'll find it. They won Supercross. It's hysterical the way he reiterates this story. But that was a funny one. That was my
Worst
favorite.
part had to be after all that, some dude walks and pisses on the wall, and the cops roll him up.
Oh, yeah.
Like 30 people had peed in the same spot.
Yeah, wasn't this one guy?
5 minutes before that,
We had all peed
right
there.
in that same spot.
We got to make an example of this dude.
Yeah.
Well, and the best part is we thought that it was right before we went to play. Right as we went to play, and we're like, well, maybe this is it. Like, they're going to call more people over here. They're getting all pushy and being mean now, messing with drunk people. And so we wait a second. We're like, oh, this will work totally. Like, let's wait till they're over there doing their shit. And we're like,
We were having generators.
This is about to get real.
yeah. And then, yeah,
The generator was popping. The generator kept
we go to
backfiring.
play, and we're like,
A big backfire.
yeah, remember?
I thought that for sure was going to bring him over here.
It sounds like a gun going off the generator, and then we start playing 15 seconds into the first song, and freaking boo! Half of us go out. One of the generators dies, and we're like, okay. But it ended up being a blast. It was
fun, dude.
it was a total fail, but it was still funny, in the thing, and it ended up being a funny story to It was just a weird thing,
Well, the
but
funny thing is that the event went off perfectly. Like, we had a
It's
show,
funny
a bunch
that
of
that's a
people
fail.
enjoyed it, but that was the fail part.
yeah, we went out with the whole point was to fuck shit up, and it was just a perfectly flawless event. Like, everything went great. People had fun. No cops showed up, and it was a total shit show.
So now, were you
Food
guys
was good, damn it, everything.
Yeah.
were you guys gonna play, and you just decided, okay, let's just play right in the middle, or were you guys even not gonna play? So how did that work out? So you were gonna play already, and you say, hey, let's just do it right in the front.
No, the plan the whole time was to do it set up right there in the parking lot, right in
So
front.
LBZ throws a yearly party there, a pit party, whatever. There
LBZ
around his birthday, anyways.
Right.
But this year was when we hooked up with them and played that pit party out in the parking lot. So there's already this event basically set up for them with the pit party.
So
we joined it.
He's got a permit to set up there and do his thing there, but he didn't clear it
not for
to
a
have
band.
a live band there.
I'm sure that's different.
Yeah.
No, so the origin of this was we were talking through some mutual friends through motocross. He's an origin story in the freestyle world. You know, LBZ's was one of the founding members of that world, and they've kind of their whole career has been based around being extra like that and kind of pushing the boundaries, all that stuff. And through a mutual friend, I also play drums with another Metal Militia legend, Seth Enslow, and through that conversation, we ended up talking to Mike because he's working with Big 49 guys and some Clear Channel guys. They're forming some gnarliness. And we ended up talking to each other, and through a conversation, we just had this great talk. And it was like, well, we should get together and cause some havoc. And then it just turned into his little birthday bash. And we didn't know what to expect. We just knew it was going to be questionable. And we get up, and they got cones out. And like the big red Anaheim hats, like right there, we're like, we're here? You're like, where do you want us? Where
For real?
We're like looking off in the distance, like, where do you want us to set all this shit up? And he's like, we moved those 2 cars. Just go right between those. So right here? Oh, fucking game on.
Yeah, we got some cool photos with the red Anaheim hat. Yeah, the Angels hat in the background from the stadium.
It just goes over flawlessly. What a fucking bunch of bullshit.
Well, it sounded like you had some fun though.
Oh,
It was awesome, dude.
They're cool
Yeah,
people,
it was
dude.
fun.
Like, it was a rad party. It
Yeah.
was a rad party, but, you know.
Good times.
But the
Best
cops
laid
didn't come
plans,
bust you
right?
up.
Yeah, best laid plans.
Yeah, well, hey, at least you didn't get
Beat up
ass
by
kicked,
cops.
I
Yeah,
guess.
right. Beat up and
But of course,
arrested.
then it would have made for an even cooler video.
Yeah.
Just can't win.
I think it was a win-win.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess it's a win-win if you just don't go to jail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess.
That happens.
But it is kind of funny that it didn't work out the way your whole plan.
Not hoped
Like Chris
necessarily,
said. Well, yeah.
but thought it would go that way, right? Yeah.
All right. So one of the other your other single on it's Pharmakeia. Pharmakeia.
Yeah.
Safety protocols have been disabled. Big cartels are gonna have their way. Data sets swept underneath the table, 'cause they own the CDC and FDA. Hurrah, for fight, better not get us suppression. Hurrah, for fight, for the public pay. Bankroll, handouts, monetizing the health profession. Bankroll, handouts, physicians pay. Hippocratic code, made by time magicians in white coats. Spellcasts on idle zombies, hypnotizing dust. Chemical wizardry, bullshit through petrol rather. Schedule of total inoculation. magicians in white coats. Spellcasts on idle zombies hypnotizing dust. Chemical wizardry, go straight through perpetuity rival.
So that's a Greek word.
Okay, I thought it was
And,
like
Is it a made up word? I don't even know.
It's a made up word. I made it up.
It's a made up Greek word.
Isn't that cool? The Greeks made it up.
I mean, I know the pharma. Pharma, that's like.
No, technically it is made up. It was made up a fucking long
Yeah.
time ago.
Oh,
yeah.
It's definitely a made up word.
I meant made up by you.
It's not made up by me. It was made up by some Greek guys back
Okay.
in Greece.
Remember when they would wear like the little leaves over their dingers?
Oh yes, I remember.
You remember that? And they would eat all
That's a specific time in history.
Yeah.
You know, the green over their dingers era.
and they drank wine.
That was a great time, dude. Lots of good wine.
Yes.
You know, there's the Bronze
don't eat the grapes.
Age, you know, the
They made up a lot of words
Renaissance
around
and
then.
The green thing over their wiener
Yeah.
age. That's.
So that's where we get our word pharmacy and pharmaceutical.
I know what pharma meant.
is that really where it comes from?
Yeah, it really is. The Greek word pharmakeia, but it had a negative connotation when they used it. So it
Really?
was,
So what is it?
So it was like it was meant sort of in relation to black magic and like manipulation, mind manipulation. And so that's
Like
why I
that
chose it
voodoo
as
stuff.
kind of like voodoo stuff.
So is that I'm assuming then that's what the song's about.
The song is about the pharmaceutical industry. So modern big pharma.
The dark musicians in white coats.
Yeah, dark magicians and like yeah.
Magicians.
We're musicians.
I thought it was.
Jesus.
He's like,
I thought it was something
it's
about.
like shit. I've been singing the backing vocals wrong the whole time.
I mean, you could say they're politicians.
Well, yeah, but they're pretty much one and the same. So, I mean, that's what you have in our society is you have
Lobbyists or lobbyists?
you have the corporate
yeah.
sector that's merged with the government, and that was sort of that was Mussolini's definition of fascism. I think he knew a thing or two about it.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be wrong with history.
So, yeah, it talks about big pharma and how they pretty much own the political class and the media.
Oh, there's something to be said about that.
Yeah.
They got so much money. Those dudes are a-holes.
Yeah, they're the third pharma. The lobbying group is the third largest lobbying group in the United States. So that tells you something right there.
Yeah, there's so much. I don't know. I mean, I have my opinions on their shadiness.
Come out with them, dude. They control the media. They control the government. They're one of the special interests, along with the banking class and the fucking weapons manufacturers and these multinational corporations that fucking own the government. The government has effectively merged with the corporate sector, and
Well, to me, it's whoever's got the money. That's who they go
the
with. They
corporate
don't care.
oligarchy. That's
Follow the money and find the problems.
right.
Oh yeah, they're all about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, the whole thing's just a crock of crap to me.
Yep.
I mean, what do you do though?
Yeah.
I mean, you got to fight against it, but then you still something happens. You got to go.
You start a punk band with a bunch of metal bridges.
About how they suck.
That's kind of what the whole point was. Like, let's just make the biggest shit stain in time as we can about this.
100%.
People to the problem
Yeah.
as you can,
Well, I mean, people have to know. I mean, look at any one of those commercials. Oh, you have a winking eye. Take this medicine. Side effects.
You were gonna die.
Explosive
Yeah.
diarrhea. You might die.
Exactly.
Irritable bowel. I mean, it's just like hell. I mean,
Well, and you look at all these quote unquote news shows on corporate media brought to you by Pfizer, So,
who'd have thunk?
right?
Yeah. Yeah, and then you get the whole insurance thing. That's just irritates me. I hate
Right.
insurance.
The whole incestuous, lame, insurance/pharmacy thing. You don't even go to the doctor anymore. You go to the insurance company and you go
Right.
to the
Oh, for
pharmacist.
real.
Like,
Exactly.
That's
Dude, the one that blew my mind a couple of years back, I ended up getting a stomach. I got sick, and in trying to figure it out, Western medicine just wanted to get me on all these drugs. And then, like, literally part of the delivery of the solution was, you know, we'll do this. And then probably 5 to 7 years, we'll have to start like supporting the liver or whatever else. And that was just the answer. It was drugs on drugs that'll get more drugs later. And then he didn't like the answers, so I ended up sourcing out a DO naturopath, a lady named Dr. Day down in Fallbrook. Amazing, amazing lady. But, you know, DO naturopath, they're more about treating the body, not the symptom.
Yeah.
You know.
Holistic medicine.
Yeah, holistic medicine. So, you know, long story short, with, you know, doing some blood tests, creating a baseline, it was simply, you know, vitamin deficiencies and, you know, quit stressing on work so much, maybe go out and see the sun a little bit. Yeah. You know, it was like almost barely a diagnosis. It was like pick your pants up and live a healthier life. And the other guy wanted to put me on drugs that were going to burn my liver out in 5 years. Mm-hmm. So then I wanted to stay going there. And, you know, I was changing companies. I was trying to line out insurances. And we were considering just going back to the state-funded Medi-Cal. But because they're a DO naturopath, apparently they showed me that they aren't allowed to even talk to me if I was on state-funded medicine.
Because they won't allow it. They've decided
they don't
that.
want to fix me. They want me to be a repetitive customer. So a
that's
DO
their
naturopath,
business.
holistic.
That's their business model.
Yeah, that's their business
It's
model.
not to heal you. It's just keep
a
you coming back.
So if you do holistic medicine and they actually, even if they just came in and paid cash, they get caught doing that and they can lose their license.
That's so dumb.
Why in God's name would you give a shit who I went to if I was even spending my own money?
Yeah.
If I'm on the dole of the government dollar, then their whole business model's in danger. Like, that told me a lot right there. Like, are you kidding me?
Yeah, I think a lot of it's all about control. It's all about, and like you said, they're not trying to fix you. They're just trying to keep you coming and just keep you coming.
Right.
They just need a
It's all about control.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard rumors that, you know, cures for cancer have been developed, you know, 10 times over the last 30 years.
Yeah, but why
and they
do
keep
it?
getting shelved because treatments are way more profitable than cures.
Yeah, we're a genetically engineered customer base. Yeah. That should be a song title.
I recently had to get a
Genetically engineered
medication,
customers.
and there was a problem with insurance. I'm like, well, okay, I'll just pay over the counter for this one thing. I'm like, okay, that'll be $938.
Damn!
Yeah.
No. What?
Come again?
As opposed to 8
For a week's supply.
or 10 for a month's supply of this medicine. They
Well,
wanted
at least it was a
$900 instead of like 10. I'm like, come on. There's okay.
That's so dumb.
I like threw the paper at the person and walked out of the place. And hey, you just stop it, you. Whatever.
Did you piss on the wall?
I did
when
not
you got
piss on
outside?
the wall, although I did like knock a couple products on the floor.
Knock some
on the way
pencils
out.
over.
He didn't pee on the wall. He did that
Mild.
weird one like the dog in that reel does, where he just like backed up to a wall. You couldn't really tell what he was doing, but when he walked away, there was a poo. There was just a little poo, like a Hershey Kiss, like stuck there. Like it was almost like a stamp. He's all whoop. Like how is it stuck there? And it's like such a, that was weird.
The diet is. Yeah, so they're like, hey, as I'm walking out the door.
Sticky diet.
What are you gonna do?
That's so dumb. Yeah, I got
It
it.
was silly.
I've got sleep problems, and my poor wife has to deal with me. But for a while, so I was seeing a psychiatrist and a psychologist, and so now I don't remember which one does pills and one's talks.
Yeah,
I don't
the
know which one.
psychiatrist can write a prescription. Yeah.
So I saw the psychiatrist every week and her every other week, and all she would do is be like, "All right, you know what? Let's try this. See ya." I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And I come back 2 weeks and it didn't do anything. Well, so this went on for probably about a couple months. And then finally she's like, okay, we're going to try this. Now, let me just tell you, this is what we give. I think it was like multiple personality, all this other stuff.
Holy shit.
And I'm like, no, I'm not taking it. Well, let me just say, we give them in doses of 1,000. I'm only giving this to you in 200s. I'm like, duh, no. And she didn't care. That didn't work. Try this.
Change anything.
They're after the money.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. It's so dumb.
Yeah, I had almost the same exact experience with my son. He was dealing with ADD. We were just trying to get a diagnosis. He was having a hard time with school and everything else, and he was very reluctant to try any of these things. And we took him to one of these people, and he was tapping his leg. He was a little nervous, and right out the gate, he's hyperactive disorder. We're going to give him this drug, that drug. You know, let's get this started. She didn't talk to him. She didn't even talk to us. Like, she came in and like made her mind up and then spent the last little bit of time that we were in there just trying to like kind of justify her perspective. Like, well, look at his
why
legs
she's doing
shaking.
what
Like,
it
is he a hyper? No, he's not. I live with him. Like, no, he's fine. Like, what are you talking about? Like, it was so obvious that, well, now I know who pays your light bill around here or whatever. It was,
yeah.
It was unreal.
I've had a couple times when you walk into the doctor's office and they make up their mind before they even talk to you.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a big dude, right? So every time I walk in, it's like, oh, it's because you're fat, and everything is for that, and it's so obnoxious. Like, why don't you actually try doing the thing? You mentioned a sleep thing. That my problem was a sleep thing, although mine's I'm always tired, so hypersomnia, not insomnia. I don't know which way.
Okay.
Like, you can't sleep or you sleep.
No, I'm a sleepwalker,
Oh, okay. So, anyways,
and I don't sleep.
But like, I went in for a sleep study.
We're
and-
gonna have to talk about that in a little bit.
Yeah.
Yes. I have so many questions.
I was thinking the same
We'll
thing.
go back to that.
That sounds like that.
We'll circle back.
But I went in for a sleep study, and they're like, "Oh, well, you're fat. You have sleep apnea." I'm like, I don't. I don't. Like, my wife at the time has stayed up like half the night because I snore, but she's listened to me. Like, I don't have sleep apnea. I don't stop breathing. I just snore. I don't have sleep apnea. Oh, sure, sweetie. We're gonna go ahead and test you anyways. I'm like, fuck it. So then, like, the next day, they're like, "Oh, we got the test back, and it says you don't have it." I'm like, I fucking told you. So now what do they try?
Shocker. No way.
So they made up their mind, before even doing anything.
I had a
All right,
doctor.
circle back, dude.
Okay.
Circle back. I wanna hear the
what's the
sleepwalk story.
raddest / weirdest place you've woken up?
What have you put in the oven when you're sleepwalking?
I've
And
never
are those
really-
the same story.
Where did you poop?
So I've never done really two. Oh, I'll just tell you a couple. So I'll tell you like one of the first ones.
Okay, disclaimer: if there's poop, don't tell that one.
I want to
I want to hear the poop story.
I have
Damn it.
never defecated or anything
Take the mic.
weird.
Take the mic.
So I think I was like 14, 15. So when I was a kid, when I would notice I was sleepwalking is when I'd be sick. That's when I'd notice. Now I don't know if I was doing it more, but that's when I'd wake up walking. Anyway,
What kind of sick? Like
just a little flu. Nothing like major. Just if I had it, I'd notice I'd be walking around. So whatever. Anyway, so I'm sleeping on the couch, and I hear a noise. So I kind of get up. I walk and I'm standing in front of the front door, and I turn to. Then there's a hallway over here. So I turn because I hear this noise. And all that what I imagined was happening at this point was the roof just opened up and these huge boulders just came falling down from the sky. I was like, son of a bitch. Threw the door open. I'm in the underwear. And it's like 8 o'clock at night.
Awesome.
And I went tearing down the street, screaming for help. I'm like, help, help. Now, I think I was screaming.
I'm lost.
I don't think I actually was, and I'll tell you why in a little bit. But in my mind, I was just screaming like crazy. So I ran all the way down the street, and a car drove by. And I think that's kind of where I woke up. Because then I'm standing down the end of the street just like,
Why is there a car in my living room?
in your boxers.
yeah, I'm like, what the hell am I doing? Why am I down the street in the middle of the road? So I start walking back, and then I'm like, oh, that's why. Because rocks just fell in the house. Because I didn't really know I was a sleepwalker at this point.
Whoa.
So and I'm so I go and I sit kind of kitty corner to where I can see the front door open. And then, so I'm sitting across the street in the shadow. Well, our neighbor's door was open, and his dog was sitting right there. And they never said anything. So that's why I think in my mind I was still dreaming, I was screaming. I really wasn't, but I was still running down the road. So I'm just sitting there the whole time just thinking, oh, man, I'm just going to kick my ass when she gets home. The house is destroyed. So I sat there for probably 10 minutes, and the dog could sense that I was there, our neighbor's dog, and he kept barking. So I'm like, all right, let me just go assess the damage. So I kind of go walking in there, walk in the foyer, nothing. As I'm going to my sisters, they're playing. I'm like, hey, did you guys hear any noises? I'm like, no. All right. Went back to sleep.
They're not like,
Dude,
why are you running around in your underwear? Nothing
No.
like that.
No, so all that means is it's like way worse because there was at least one neighbor that saw this and they thought it was one of those like, like one of those like maybe, I don't know how long ago that was, but maybe they thought he was trying to do like a new YouTube skit and he was doing like an awful deaf person joke and it wasn't loud, but he was just like barely making noise stumbling down the street. Like he thought he was screaming.
I got a sleepwalking story.
Uh-oh.
One night I was all drinking a bunch of was that Red Bull and vodka,
Oh, God.
and
Up and down.
fucking woke up. My cousin cousin's room, pissing in the middle of my cousin's room. So what the fuck are you doing? And we just fucking started. I woke up and like he woke the sleepwalker, bro. And we just started laughing our asses off. I was like, what the fuck?
See, fortunately, I've never done anything like that. Like I've been So I had another one where I used to live when I first moved to Moreno Valley. You had the bedroom, and there was a bathroom here, a door, and then the closet door. So in my dream, I'm thinking that there was rooms that these two rooms connected. So that's what's happening in the dream. So at some point, I get up. And I go into the bathroom thinking that I'm just going to walk right into whatever this other room is, and I hit a wall. I'm just like, oh. So and I'm still dreaming. So I walk around into the closet. Oh. Walk back into the bathroom, hit the wall again. So then I would end up back in the closet. I'm just pounding on the wall. I'm like, what the hell's?
I'm trapped.
And eventually, it's just like standing there going, the hell am I doing?
Why am I beating up the closet?
Yeah, and then I just go back to bed.
So wait, have you like resolved any of the sleepwalking issues or no?
I mean, they're not as bad because now my wife, Jeff, and usually now by the time, like I don't think I've made it very far out of the bed, maybe 4 or 5 feet before either I wake up or she gets my attention. So
In his dreams, it's like the voice of God. Now you hear that Jeff.
Hey, so you like wear like one of those like little bells around your neck. Yeah. And when you start running off, it starts dinging, and she's like,
no
like that stupid
weird
a-hole.
no matter what weird shit he's doing, he hears Jeff, and he's like, oh God damn it.
well, I remember the first time she saw
Freddy's
it.
hand is reaching out to him.
We were sitting there watching TV, and of course I fell asleep. And I don't know what had happened, but I just got up and took off running. And I ended up by her kitchen counter, and I'm just standing there, and she's just like,
You good?
and I'm like, well, we might want to talk about something.
So I've come to realize something.
Yeah. I'll tell you another one so we went down to Havasu. This is during college. And so we were in a room with a whole bunch of us. So you have someone on the floor here. There's 2 people here. Then the queen bed with 2 of us, somebody in the middle, and then 2 on that bed, and then 4 scattered between at the base of the bed. So whatever it is in the dream, someone's chasing me. So I jump out of bed, land on the person on the floor, and I can still remember hearing jump on the bed,
Solid gut shot.
run across the other 2 on the bed, jump down, hop into the shower, and I'm just up against the wall in the shower, like they are not gonna find me in here. So I just stand there. I don't know for how long, but then I start hearing this. What was that? And I'm like, damn it. So I'm like, all right, I'll just wait till everything's cool and I'll sneak back to bed. So I wait for a little while in the shower, just standing there. So I start coming back around. I'm like, okay, creeping. Well, I forgot about the people in the front of the bed on the floor. So I was creeping. And I'm like, I jumped in the bed.
People.
And I've done stuff. Yeah, so I've never done anything that's bodily fluids, but yeah, I've gone up and roamed around and stuff like that.
God, what that must be like.
I know, that's gnarly.
Well, there was a while.
Yeah, time traveling.
So I had a 6-foot dresser, and I'd put my phone on this end right by my head because that was my alarm clock. And there was probably, I think it was 2 months. Every morning that I'd wake up, my phone would be down on the other end. I have no why it's there. I have no idea, but it would be on the other end of the dresser.
You should record yourself sleeping.
Oh yeah, and I'm a mover. I'm a talker. Oh, I'll wake up upside down before.
Wouldn't that be the most bizarre thing though? Like to watch yourself in a scene of your life that you weren't actually a part in?
Yeah.
Literally
Where you're
watching
doing
it,
stuff.
in there getting
Yeah.
shit done.
I'll tell you another one. So a friend came down for Christmas. We went down to my parents' house. So we were just sleeping in the living room. I don't know. We were probably like 5 feet apart. But he said that he just woke up and I was this far from his face, just looking at him. Woo. And he's like you could just tell your eyes were glazed over. It was just really weird. And he's just like, can I help you? And I guess I told him, the Germans are coming. We have to get the rafts. And he goes, okay. And he said, I just stared at him for, maybe a minute, just stared at him. And he's like, then you just went over and laid back down.
What if you had a traumatic death in a past life? As a soldier.
I couldn't tell you. I don't know.
The Germans are coming.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's lots of stories like that. I don't know.
That's crazy.
When I talk to doctors, they don't even care. Didn't even fade like with you.
Yeah.
Nothing. Well, maybe you have sleep apnea. If you take care of that, everything will be all right.
Here's a prescription for Ambien. Here you go.
Well,
You're all, oh, there's an Ambien poster hanging on your fucking wall.
when I told him
Sounds
that,
like a great opportunity for some commissions.
Yeah.
when I took Ambien for the first
Fun when
time.
doctors are kind of like used car salesmen.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Or drug dealers.
When I took Ambien for the first time, man, I was so excited. I'm like, hell yeah, I'm gonna be out all night long. So they're like, you take it right before you go to bed. So I'm okay. I'm sitting there watching TV. I take it on the couch. I don't even notice anything. I'm like, what a bunch of crap. I'm sitting on the couch an hour. They said it's supposed to work in 30 minutes. I'm like, bunch of crap. So I'm like, all right, well, let me go to bed. It's like 10:30. I get up and that hit. I'm like, oh. So I go back and lay down in bed. I'm like, amazing.
Yeah.
I wake up. I'm like, it's going to be 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock. Get ready for work. I roll over. 11:30.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my gosh. It didn't even keep me asleep for an hour.
Oh, you're kidding. Like,
Yeah.
You gotta watch out for those Red Bull boxes.
But anyway. Yeah, so here's my sleepwalking stories.
Recap.
Some of them.
Thanks, Chuck.
But anyway, so let's get back to the band, unless anyone's got some
There's a band here?
sleepwalking stories.
I have more.
If there's no poop involved, I don't
but
know.
we've been talking about ex-band members. Dallas has got a bunch of great sleepwalking stories. That guy,
no.
Really?
You want to talk about you peeing on? That guy's peed on people, bushes. Where you get
His DMT stories are even more fun.
that. Oh yeah. So maybe that's another episode.
He found the mothership.
Yeah. He is the mother.
And boarded it.
All right, so let's talk. So what are you guys up to now? Like, you guys played a single that you're going to release. When is that going to come out?
Soon.
As soon as things line up.
Yeah. Once the stars align.
Within a dark and murky haze, my naked eyes stare into space. I'll hear it dawn. I'm compelled to answer. It's my role to take. 'Cause I'm seeking to know.
Well,
you're supposed
it gets
to.
launched
Next
in
week.
2 weeks, and then there's the waiting period on
You're supposed to.
distro.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Do that. Well, with the whole. So when you put it up on you upload it to DistroKid, right?
Okay.
And then you want to try to get on playlists.
The whole curation.
Yeah. If you're playing the game.
Try to get all that curation and lists and stuff
Right.
before it comes out. So when you
Right.
launch, you're ready for like lists.
Yeah, and
So
you're
once you get it
uploading
uploaded, there's like a 6-week period to where you're trying to get on playlists,
Trying to
and
get
doing
able
all
to
that
hear it and then
shit.
before launch. So it's
Pre-sales.
We're thinking this time it might go a little quicker because they're gonna be like, oh, these assholes again.
They're like, God damn it.
Yeah.
Didn't we go through this once?
We'll get the no, you're not on any playlists
Much
a little
quicker.
quicker. Yeah.
yeah.
So now are there certain playlists that you try to get on, or it's just, hey, we want
We
on
just throw it out there.
playlists?
There's a process that you go through with DistroKid, and you fill out a little thing, and that's their process. And I don't know if there may be certain
There's powers that work there.
insider like tactics
We're not good
that
at
we're
those.
not privy to.
Well, the topics we're
just
singing about
stupid
aren't too welcomed in those types of industries, and
Yeah.
they're touchy subjects, and it's easier just to be like,
Really? So they're like,
over
because
there.
of the nature of your lyrics or whatever, they're kind of picky or what?
Maybe, I don't know.
well, you look at
That's
some of
dumb.
these, you look at some of these bigger bands. I'm not going to name any, but
Do
you
it,
know,
do it.
To do what they needed to do, they had to accommodate certain things and
Kind of water things
Agendas
down and
before
Right.
they
Oh
go
yeah,
to the
you
mainstream.
saw
Right.
people getting kicked out of bands because they were holding their ethos and all right, get out of here. We got a replacement for you, so we can go do this. And that seems to be kind of at the epicenter of music in many genres. Unfortunately,
that's dumb.
it is.
We're talking about The Offspring.
Yeah, 'cause then they let their drummer go,
Their
right?
drummer out of the band.
You gotta
Josh
keep them
was being-
separated.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, they
That's
did for sure.
Apparently, that's their motto.
Yeah, I heard that was just what a dick. What
It
a
wasn't
dick
just
move.
them, it was a whole bunch of other bands that this was happening on, and like some of these bands, these members actually got together and created other projects out of it, and
Yeah.
good for them.
Yeah, good
Fuck
for
that
them.
shit.
Hell yeah. That's irritating.
Fuck The Offspring.
So
Sure we do.
You're not very fly, dude.
I'm pretty fly for a white guy.
Dude. On the it's to tangent from that. There's all kinds of that's one of the we've had so much fun with just simply the name of our band. Like when we first did this, like we had no real intention of going out and like hitting the gas and trying to really do anything. It's a super welcoming scene in the SoCal punk world, and we've just gotten lucky and been able to team up with rad people. But like when it first came out, that was the whole genesis. We just wanted to just violate the standards, and one of the funniest things that's come of it, when we first launched the band and we first got, social media going and everything like that, on almost all the sources, on all the different platforms across the board, like there was a subsection of people that thought we were just another complaint forum for whatever. So we were getting like, I saw somebody down. Sally's stalking my page and I need her blocked, and like,
I don't understand.
why am I in
block me?
Facebook jail? What the hell did I do? And like, so then we obviously took that as an opportunity to respond as Facebook would. And so we had some good fun with that for a little while. We may circle back and that may come out as memes. Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
So they still do it?
Oh yeah, it pops up every once.
get one, yeah.
They're just really mad about something, and they go into something and they see violates community standards, so they don't even look. They just go right to our message, and they just let somebody have it. Or why am I in jail? And like this. Oh man.
Let me
check out this song.
let me check with Sally.
Yeah, this is an amazing opportunity to have a lot of fun at your expense right now, because we all have EDD, the entertainment deficiency disorder. So you just served yourself up like T-ball, sir.
Needless to say, we found some really cool memes.
And or made them.
That's kind of funny. I guess, I never even thought about that. And it still goes on, huh?
That was a happy accident right there.
Yeah, for sure.
So when you guys release a single, are you going to do a video with it as well, or are you just going to do the single? Just the audio?
Probably a lyric video at least
Yeah.
Okay.
in the can.
Yeah, we
we
probably
have
do a lyric video. I don't know. The full like videos are a lot.
We do have a special guest lined up for the Attack Dogs video. I don't know if we should spoil that one yet. I think we should
Ooh.
keep that one.
So you're gonna do a video for that one, like an
Yeah.
actual video?
So don't
Yeah.
tell him who, but you can tell him what his
Well,
origin story is.
I mean,
The idea is we have a buddy that has a, can we say it, a gas station? Yeah, a little gas station thing. We're gonna shut the thing down for the night, record a video,
Hell yeah.
and then
We're
we have
gonna film the
a
Attack Dogs video in there.
yeah. So we have a special guest. He's been in a few movies as a cop, kind of.
Yeah, I mean, he's wearing the outfit.
He's wearing the outfit,
You know.
and he's gonna come in. He's gonna wreck us bad.
he has a certain physical presence.
Yes, he's got a very ominous presence. I won't say much more than that, but it's going to be
It's
awesome.
not as weird as like a Rob Zombie or something. but-
No, definitely not.
A wink. No, we have this a close friend of ours that was in a neighborhood where Chuckles and I actually used to be in a band called the 86th, and back in those days, in that neighborhood we had a friend he's worked at one of the major chain gas stations for a long time now, and so now he's basically got pull on who's aware of whatever's going on there through the entirety of the night shift. So him knowing what we're all about, we've come up with this great master plan of we're going to go shoot the Attack Dogs video in that store, live location. And it's going to end up being 2-3 different shoots probably, but we're going to do one where we actually set up with all our gear and everything and
the gas
freaking
station?
play Attack Dogs in the gas station. And then we're going to load up and run like hell. And then we're going to come back and we're going to have the whole thing storyboarded where it's, in a real short premise, it's going to be just some punkers having a good old time, maybe stoned out of their mind, just getting some munchies. And it's going to be some delusional freaking cop, overrun on authority and it'll be played to the nines, way over dramatized, like some whatever his backstory is. But then it's going to totally, get into the slapstick of like, oh, damn punkers, what are they, and then it's just going to turn into him harassing all of us. And wherever it goes from there, it's just going to devolve into chaos. But we're going to have a lot of fun with it. The process of executing this is going to probably be as fun as releasing it.
So now, are you guys going to film it yourself, or are you going to have someone come in and help you film it, or do all the video yourself?
Absolutely having somebody come in and help us.
Okay.
That's above our skill set. There.
And when is this going to happen? Is this going to be the near future? A couple months?
It'll be, it's a couple months out.
A couple hours. Do you want to be in the video?
Going later today.
Yeah.
Oh, word.
Wait, what, really?
Can I come?
Don't leave him out.
Yeah.
So you have this one. Do you have another one that you're working on as well? So you have two? Or,
Videos?
or just songs?
So in a nutshell,
The song's out first.
so in a nutshell, kind of once we figured out we needed to sort of explain ourselves, the first 5 songs, and, it started, Brian kind of had the master plan for all of this, and it's the first 5 songs have kind of become the introduction to the project.
Okay.
So we've got Attack Dogs and that premise. We've got the Pharmakeia and that premise. We've got this new one that's about to come up, Lost Word, which is no, and that's, the whole backstory there, knowledge and all that, G.I. Joe had it right. No one's half the battle.
Who'd have thought?
Well, a much better, Brian will tell you how cool that one is. But then the Cult of Manai, which is about the banking system, and Internal Sovereignty, which is, self-exploration. But in those first 5 songs, you'll get a grasp of what this band's all about. So they're all going to be released as singles. They're all going to have their own imagery, logos, and videos. So we're in the search right now for somebody that can do either digital or whatever medium, but like a cartoon video, because we want to run the Pharmakeia video through all sorts of different scenarios. We have this, it's almost like our mascot, but it's like a amorphous blob figure that kind of embodies all the darkness and so like in those videos, like instead of a doctor, it's going to be this amorphous blob, but in that suit doing all the normal roles, and almost along the lines of the They Live premise where, Black Fly, like we joke using Black Flies because Black Flies is one of our, another one of our partners that we do stuff with. And So like in the movie They Live, they put on the 3D glasses. So we were thinking about doing like put on the flies, and now what looked like a doctor's all this, whatever. So we wanted to kind of paint that picture, but through a kind of cartoon landscape. But yeah, then we sourced what it would cost to do that video, and I'm like, cool. So can we let's go from the guy doing it for a living to the guy that's in school that wants to do it for a living. Yeah. So now that's where we're at on that one.
All right. So how many? So I'm assuming when you play live, you still play all these songs. You're just releasing videos and audios, one at a time.
Right.
Correct.
Well said.
I wish you could see the lean in
thoughts.
for this. It looked like there was a thought process coming behind that. No, the first 5 are
Yes.
going to be the singles, and then there's actually an album that's slated to come out after the first 5 singles, and that one we're keeping close to the chest. Like, nobody's hearing anything that's on that record. So these first 5 and then a few other songs are what we play out. But
They won't be part of whatever the record is. There's something.
they'll be a
separate.
part of something, but not the next record.
Okay. Nice.
Correct.
Now, is this record?
Why is that so funny?
Are you thinking of?
like Little John. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Are you thinking of this record in a year?
Show enough.
In like 2 years?
I'd say a year's fair.
Okay. And you're gonna get.
I mean, honestly, we all got full-time jobs. We got a lot going on. Brian's actually got an interesting story. This dude just said "fuck it" and went off the grid.
Sometimes you got to do it.
He's got a lot of work to do
Correct.
there. That's actually.
I'm building the homestead.
Where at?
So in Anza.
Why does that sound familiar? Anza.
So it's at the base of Thomas Mountain. You know where Awanga is? It's it's out. Yeah, east of Temecula.
Okay.
It's up in the hills, but it's like high desert.
It's in California.
Yeah, it's in California.
This is our geography major.
Yeah, and we had a house in Temecula, sold our house, bought 11 acres in Anza, and we're building an off-grid homestead there.
100% off grid.
Yeah, that's the goal.
How's that going?
Yeah. Right now we're completely off grid. Yeah, and it's going. It's
His mohawk doesn't stand up as straight.
it's
Got a little bit of an orca mohawk. Yeah.
He's been domesticated.
Yeah.
yeah, for sure.
That's still kind of cool though. Like, so I mean, that's a process, right?
We have it's a definite process. Yeah, we have a well, and I've got off grid electrical, so that powers the well, that powers our RV, which we're living in right now, until we build. So
are you going to try and set up solar panels, or what are you going to do for energy?
Right. So we do have solar panels. I've got an array of panels. I have a 12 panel array up at the well pump. I have a 6,000 watt solar generator.
Oh, nice.
And then I have a 4,000 watt solar generator that powers my RV.
So I've heard when you start getting into the house, when you start solar panels, you just have to have a ton. Like it takes a lot of just a basic house needs.
Right. Yeah.
Now, do you have the ability to store the power, or is it just going straight into being used?
Yeah. So these generators have batteries that store the power. So it's completely off grid.
Because I looked into some of the videos that I'd seen, they'd have like 15 car batteries all lined up, and it looks sketgy. I'm like, good.
Yeah,
and they
no,
just got it in their garage.
Yeah, no, wait.
I mean, you don't want to touch it with your tongue.
I know. I'd light your morning up
do
real
that.
good.
Every night. No.
Correct.
No,
That's what I was waiting for. I was like, come on. I thought Chuckles was going to come in with that one.
So, yeah, that's my story.
Hey, that's still pretty cool. You do you.
See.
Josh owns a mortuary.
Do you really?
Yeah.
I see dead people.
It's called Dearly Beloved. It's in Hemet.
Pretty cool.
And we do really rad shows there.
Yeah.
Secret shows a
Yeah,
couple times a year.
Our grand we opened up last year in October, and we actually had a grand opening there, and we had some really cool bands come down and play. We had Manual Fade. They opened the show, fucking killed it.
That's another one you
dope.
need to introduce.
Oh, yeah.
They're a real
Really
They're
cool.
playing out now, right?
Yeah,
They're back.
They're recording
They're
stuff
back.
and
Then we had
like manual fade.
Manual fade, yeah.
Check them out.
They're dope.
Killer work. And then
Tell them
we had No Consent come down from Big Bear, fucking ripped it. And they, I think at the time they had actually they had some drummer.
Oh, their drummer.
things.
Crispy Chris played.
Yeah, so
drums
Crispy
for him.
Chris actually filled
Crispy
in
Chris
from the
Lost Issues
Pawns.
played drums.
Yeah, it was freaking awesome.
Chris, who doesn't Crispy Chris play for?
Not us
He's amazing,
yet.
dude. I know.
You know what? We need a piccolo.
What the shit?
We need a piccolo player in the band. Crispy.
Yeah.
Stay healthy.
Like, I got you guys.
Stay healthy, Chris, or else Crispy's filling in.
Dude, but for reals though, like every time I see him, he's on a different instrument. He's singing, or he's the guitar player, or he's the drummer for the Pawns. He's the singer for the Lost Issues, and all his bands are great bands too. It's not like, you know, he's a real try-hard guy, but he's just out there jamming with whoever. Like he's
really
everybody
good.
he plays with is like great band too. Like what a cool dude.
But then after that close, we had Spray Allen.
Lost Issue. There's another good one for this scene.
I hit them up.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Didn't hear anything back from them.
Oh, okay, well they're
They'll
busy.
keep trying.
They're
Yeah.
busy.
So, I mean, just out of curiosity, a grand opening or whatever for a mortuary sounds strange. I mean,
A little bit, yeah.
It was actually a / Halloween party too.
It was in October. So.
I mean, that is fitting.
yeah.
We murdered 3 people just to make sure that there was some.
Just to reserve space.
Yeah, and you got to have the freezer full.
Who wants to go to a party, a mortuary with no dead people, right?
Where's the fun in
Well,
that?
at that, but I think you're having the same kind of like preconception that I had about it, where it was like, yeah, we're gonna do a grand opening. Oh, that's a thing. Yeah, well, then we're gonna do a party too. Well, really? Like we're at where the body? Yeah, bro. Like, and then you get there and it's like, oh well, duh. Like there's so many cultures where, you know, the funeral is like a party. You know, they'll bring bands in, lots of food, have a good old time, great celebration.
Celebration of life.
Yeah, so their facility is actually, it's designed around this. Like they're coming in like gangbusters, dude. They, you know, their pricing is beating everybody out there, and they got the whole right wing of this place is set up to do whatever, you know,
do
all these
those
events.
things.
So we set up a part. I mean, they even got the screen that comes down behind you. Like some of my coolest, like one of my favorite pictures I got of us playing is playing at that show, and the movie Killer Clowns from Outer Space is on, like playing behind me while we're playing this Halloween party. Like it's an awesome facility. We're gonna do more there too.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, like I say, yeah, that's because I think, okay, a grand opening of a gas station. Oh, look, let's go look in the gas station. Here's what's going on. Mortuary. Oh, yeah, look, this is where we embalm.
Well, for the record, there were no dead people. We had to, we did the right thing and make sure they were not on site, but the idea was to get everybody together and just have a great time, and it was awesome.
That's awesome. That's good.
He reminded me numerous times that it's also a business, but dude, I so badly want to, like, so but really there's nobody in the freezers. Nah,
professionals.
Dude. I'm like, no, but that kind of is cool. So can we go like put something in the freezers, like a fake looking like like can we get one of those like man sized like
Like a man or a
like
dummy?
a man sized gummy bear, dude, and like throw it in there and like really get somebody thinking they're about to see some fucked up shit, and then like a 6-foot gummy bear comes rolling out. Like,
Here's the thing, like
he wouldn't let me fuck with the embalming room. I so badly wanted to fuck with somebody. It was like,
we can. There was nobody in there, so we had just opened up, so it was just whatever. So we had the headliner, Spray Allen. They showed up. They brought a lot of gear, and we're like, oh man, where are we gonna put all this gear? Because they had all just everything. And I'm like, yeah, the fridges aren't turned on yet. Maybe we just stuff them in there, you know. And you know, I opened up. They're like, what are you doing? I'm like, it's not on. They're like, all right, let's do this. But you know what? They fucking ripped it, man.
Oh yeah.
All right.
dude, my favorite part is we keep getting messages like, hey, where's that club, the Mortuary at?
People thought it was like a club.
Everybody keeps thinking it's like this new secret club in Hemet, like one of those ones that only comes online like 4 times a year to do secret shows. Like, that's and it's we only, you know, it's invite only, that kind of thing. But that's my favorite thing. Like I've heard it from numerous people. Like, hey, where's that spot at? Is it like one of those secret spots? Like
The wink, wink.
how many times does it come online every year? Like the mortuary spot.
So what I do is I just send them.
What
to
do you
our
mean? It's
competitors.
fucking mortuary,
Just fuck with
dude.
them.
Why do these people keep coming over here? Ask when the show is.
He's made site walks, site inspections real weird for some promoters. Sure, come on over. Holy shit.
It's
Mortuary. I thought you knew what it was.
stinks.
I got a mortuary story.
All right.
So I met this kid. You know, I was over at Cyrus's house, and my buddy,
who's Cyrus?
My buddy Cyrus. He's a painter. He paints. He's a badass artist too.
Cool.
Anyways, he's got this little buddy. The hell was that?
I had an itch.
Alright, anyways, so he met this little. He's got this little homie. He's a driver or whatever. Fucking, what do you call him? He drives a hearse, a hearse or a transporter. Or what do you call him?
Yeah.
The corner person.
Corner.
There's
I
a
don't
transport vehicle and a hearse, depending on what the situation is.
know. Anyway, lost my train of thought. Right on, Chris.
Your buddy Cyrus.
Yeah.
He was driving the
Anyways, yeah. I go. My friend, the guitar player owns a mortuary, and I was like called dearly beloved, and he's like, oh, in Hemet? Oh yeah, we deliver there all the time. And shit. He straight up told me he saw some little kid, some crazy shit, and he saw a little kid like straight run through there, like a family was killed, like a dad and like 2 other kids or whatever. He straight told me like he saw a little kid.
Oh, really?
Run through there.
Like a ghost?
Like vivid though. Like,
No way.
yeah, you can like look real and shit. He said.
How haunted is your place?
You got stories?
Yeah, I mean, sometimes the toilet just flushes on its own, which is really weird. But I'm usually really drunk. I think it's just a delayed like hearing thing.
You got to go through some IBS.
Josh shits a lot, by the way. That's what he's known for in this band.
Dude, I'm glad you brought that up, dude, because we would have forgot. But today we actually figured out his Indian name was, what was it?
It was Josh take a lot of poo-poo.
Yeah. Joshi Tuckapoo. Joshi Tuckapoo.
Josh take a
It was funnier earlier,
My daughter was here. She didn't laugh. I mean, and she's...
Maybe it wasn't.
If Violet didn't laugh, it wasn't funny.
Well, I think she'd already like thought of all these variations, and she's like,
that wasn't as
"I
good, dude.
yeah,
Like,
over it."
All right. So, what do you guys got in the works next? I know we talked about your single and your video. You guys playing some shows?
Yeah, we
Got some stuff scheduled.
big ones
Got
coming
some
up.
rad shows
The
coming
next
up.
show coming up is it's one of the few local shows we actually do. We're usually playing in all over the place, other than our hometowns. But the next one coming up is in Marietta. It's in Marietta, right? It's at Solaris Brewing. Narcoleptic Youth. We got Jack Trippers. We got
Carpet.
Carpet. We got
Rat Feces.
Rat Feces. All it's one of these killer lineups where everybody's like, you guys are all playing at once. We're like, fuck yeah, you ready?
Let's do it.
This is gonna be fun. So it's gonna be a good, cool show. And then I think a week after that, or a week or two after that, we
No,
have
the next day we're playing Radfest.
we have Radfest right after that. That's
Where's that at?
Long Beach.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rad Fest. That one you need to look up. Rad Market Fest. That's going to be off the chain. There's, I don't even know who all is on that bill, but us, Broken Cuffs,
American Made.
yeah,
Level LB.
Fire.
Level Long Beach,
Fired.
yeah. Fired is on that one.
All over or something?
Oh, All Over's on it. Did you actually get through all of them? That was impressive.
I think
There's-
that's almost.
We might
He drank
forget.
his spinach.
Yeah.
But yeah, they got like a bunch of
Spinach.
they got like a bunch of cool vendors and some like
Yeah, Wax
music
Poet's putting that one on at
It's gonna be,
Flanagan's in
a
Long
cool-
Beach.
like a whole day thing.
It pulled up UK. That wasn't the right one.
No, Rad Market Fest.
we better not be going to UK. I have things to do.
I fucking played. Surprise!
We don't need one. We rented a private jet that people are going to hate on us for.
Is there a jacuzzi in it? Because if not, fuck that.
There actually
private
is.
plane.
Like,
I will not go anywhere without a bidet.
Yeah. No, but it's one of those like. That's the thing. So it had.
That's the thing.
No, it's
That's the thing. Is it's got both.
so it's a weird one, dude. So they do have they do have a jacuzzi in it, but
I'll turn
So,
an
like-
outhouse into a space shuttle.
that's what I'm saying. That's kind of the story here. Like those things are expensive. So
All right, he just gave
weren't
away
able to-
the name of our next song.
Yeah. We weren't able to afford the private jet with the jacuzzi in it that had water in it. We got the one that they rent to weirdos, and then like they pee in it and they do all the. So you don't really want to use the jacuzzi per se, but it does have one. I know. Well, that's why
it's naturally warm.
It's the pee koozie, dude. But it was still a couple extra bucks. We sprung for it.
Poo koozie.
No, that was too expensive. Yeah. That one. No.
Anyway,
that one doesn't get rented enough. So
It's kind of like a mud bath.
yeah,
it's really good for your skin. Hard on the stomach.
just sitting in
Shit bath.
in mud with the covers on your eyes.
Awesome tangent for Rad Market Fest, but it's going to be a daytime event out in Long Beach. It's all ages. Some of the raddest vendors. Bunch of people that were just at the narco release at Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
So
that was fun, man.
Yeah. Apparently, it goes off like that all the time at Doctor Strange. That blows my mind. It was super cool, but
it was a really cool event. The Doctor Strange, they did a re-release of the Narcoleptic Youth album, One Nation Under Nobody, I think.
Yeah.
One Nation Under Nothing.
Under Nothing, and it was awesome.
Damn
They
it.
had tacos. They
Jason's
had
gonna
alcohol
dick
until
punch
we
him for
showed
that
up
one,
and cleared
dude.
them out.
All right. Well,
Then later that week, it's like I think it's 9 shows in 6 days.
Yeah,
Or
how's
I'm
that
sorry,
happen?
wrong
Yeah.
week. 6 shows in 9 days.
Yeah.
And then we have a
69.
four like a little
69.
mini tour
With the Andrew and the
with
Cockbuckers.
Andrew and the
we're
Cockbuckers
doing a little
and
West Coast
Red
run with
Stinger. Yeah.
Andrew and the Cockbuckers and Red
Stinger.
Stingers coming down from Colorado. And then just an amalgamation of like some of the raddest bands in this scene that are going to jump in with
Got our
us.
boy Vic from VFMS.
Oh,
there,
VFMS,
and,
yeah.
Mikey Smokes.
I think VFMS might be on all of them, right?
All right.
Are they going the whole run with us, or
It's just the sloppy
or just the
seconds.
sloppy
Yeah,
seconds
we have
one?
it's a really cool show. It's called it's at
Billigins.
Billigins Island.
Billigan's
Yes.
Punkyard Island.
Yeah.
It's right down the street from Rick.
From my
actually.
house, actually.
So he's cool. It's like cool. I can fucking drink.
It's off the
I can
215
walk home if I
freeway.
need to. I won't. 'Cause it's
Tumble
too far.
Tumble Road.
Trumbull.
Trumbull Road.
Trumbull.
It's off of Trumbull. It's
in
a
Romo
weird
land.
little secret hidden spot. It's like cool. It's
It's
cool.
hidden.
All ages event.
Badass,
You have to know where you're going though.
Yeah, but
It's
we're gonna
weird.
have
It's weird.
sloppy seconds since we were kids. I have a bunch of other dope bands.
Red Stinger.
Correct.
And us, of course.
No, this one though, we actually at the end of the year we're talking to one of these motocross teams, and Vic, he's involved with the owner.
Yeah.
He's involved with the owner somehow there, and they got it worked out. But he got it cleared because these guys only need like I think it's like 200 foot by I think it was 60 foot or 40 foot or something. But they want to bring out a stage it's a full blown stage, but it's got ramps on either side. So while the bands are playing, dirt bikes are doing like every trick they do, plus flips
dear.
and everything else over the bands. So
that's cool.
looking to come towards the end of summer this year too. Out at this Billigins is another new place that's starting to do a bunch of shows out here. So he's like starting to get some traction. They dip their toes out here and it goes good every time. So now they're like, well,
maybe we'll do another.
shit. I
show.
guess we'll keep going a little east.
It's just a rural property. But
So what exit is that off the 215? It's Ethanic, right?
Ethanic.
Ethanic.
215.
Ethanic.
Ethanic.
Down Trumbull.
It's Ethanic, not
Ethanic?
Ethanic.
Satanic Ethanic.
Ethnic.
Ethanac.
Ethanac.
Ethanic.
Okay, so the only way you can stop them is you got to start snapping your fingers. All right.
That happens.
Correct.
Correct.
Yeah, then you got to start like pulling your ball sack out, and it gets weird if you do that.
Then you make eye contact and it gets
Yeah.
like awkward.
I was like, oh no, what are you doing? I was like, dude, you guys are busy, like talking. I don't know what to do.
Why are you tying your ball hairs together? What's fucking going on over there?
Tied my balls together.
All right, Chuck released another song he's not supposed to.
All right. All right. Well, thanks for joining me. Thanks for letting me come over and tell some funny stories and hear some funny stories.
In
And on the balls
Nation, we
topic,
start today.
we're done.
He tied his balls together.
And with that, we are done.
Bubblegum scrote.
Late.
Correct.